I got haunted.
Got haunted?
I did. I woke up in the middle of the night with a night terror, and then I felt a cat like run up and down my body. I mean, obviously there was nothing there.
There was no cat.
There was no cat in the hotel room. But I woke up just so scared, almost frozen, like couldn't move. The cat ran up and down me, and I sat there, I laid there just kind of silently freaking out for a moment because it was like a night terror. I could barely move, and the cat ran up and down me like 2 more times, and then finally I could move, and I got up and like turned on all the lights and like breathe, and then like left all the lights on for a while, turned on the TV, and like fell asleep again. I fell asleep again with all the lights on and the TV on, just like so I could like go back to sleep. But the next night, I stayed there 2 more nights and nothing happened those nights.
Glad she survived.
But also, I did, full disclosure, I did eat a lot of sugar before bed. So take that for what you will. Because I just housed like 6 mini vegan beignets before bed.
As you do.
So, was it a night terror or haunting, or did I just eat too much sugar before bed?
The world may never know.
No, I mean they won't. There's no question about it. Nobody's ever gonna know.
Just right there.
I think I covered the lights on me.
It's not everywhere.
I think it's right here.
No, maybe like it's not everywhere around here.
Yeah,
It's over here.
So we're coming up on one of the most supposedly haunted buildings in New Orleans. And Alex started doing this freaky outy thing like a block ago. So we're seeing
This one.
that one. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, this whole area.
Yeah.
Oh. It's like the street. Ooh. Ah. It's different though.
different. So you feel it, but it feels different.
Yeah, it's confusing feeling. It's like they don't agree.
They don't agree with you.
No, they don't agree with each other.
All the feelings that you're getting don't agree with each other.
Yeah, like
So you said you kind of started feeling something here, but then you also the whole street,
yeah,
the whole
it's
rest
like
of the street.
this row of places. It's such a weird thing to try and put in words. I don't know. It's like anxious, but it doesn't feel specifically dark.
Okay.
It just feels noisy. It feels noisy. That's what it feels like.
So you would say like this row, you mean like the next 3 houses or so?
Oh, specifically these 3 houses, yes.
Specifically these 3 houses?
Yeah. These 3 houses, I look at them and I don't know.
You said they're in conflict.
Well, this house is
This house is in conflict
with itself.
with itself.
Well, like, it's like there's more than one thing here,
Okay.
and that's why. Because they're not. It's not an overwhelming one sense of thing. It's like there's a few things going on.
Okay, so by the way, Alex has really no idea where we are, what we're looking at right now.
No.
He doesn't know any backstory behind these buildings. I haven't told him anything yet. This is just going, he said, I had this on my map as a place to check out, and he said, don't tell me when it's coming and let me see if I can feel something when it happens. And he started feeling something right there in the middle of that block before we kind of crossed over the street.
Oh.
So are you ready to learn what this place is?
Okay. Yeah. Tell me what it is.
All right. So I don't know. I'm going to ask you this because you've watched American Horror Story.
Uh-huh.
Are you familiar at all with the La Laurie Mansion? Did you watch that?
It sounds familiar, but I don't know what that is.
Okay. So the first reason why you might feel maybe some haunted vibrations is that Nicolas Cage used to own this house. I don't know if you're maybe you're just like a Nicolas Cage medium and you can feel that.
Maybe. I do love the movie Face Off.
Not related to the haunting. So supposedly this is one of the most haunted buildings in New Orleans.
Yeah, I get that.
Okay, so you feel that?
Yeah.
I feel nothing. I feel nothing.
I think that's what I get, because like, when you say most haunted, that implies to me that there's more than one thing there, and that's what I get the feeling of, is that...
Okay, you did say that, because you did say it was confusing.
It's confusing because...
you felt more than one thing.
Yeah, because it's like a feeling of like disagreement, almost, like...
Okay.
Like something that's angry is having an issue with something that's more gentle. And that it just felt noisy, like there was just a lot of commotion going on.
Okay, so for almost 200 years, there's been reports of paranormal activity in this house. So a lot of the hauntings can be traced back to a woman named Madame LaLaurie. So this house was once home to Delphine Lalaurie, and a lot of the hauntings can be traced back to her and the slaves that she kept on property and who were mistreated.
Well, you know, as slaves,
any slave would have been.
as slavery would be,
Right?
mistreatment in itself.
So there's reports of like moanings coming from the room. People report being taken over by negative energy.
Oh, that's not pleasant. I don't want to go in that place.
Yeah. So a lot of the hauntings are traced back to her and her mistreatment of the slaves.
Oh, okay. I do remember that from the show. She was the one. I think that's the Kathy Bates character, if I remember. She was Madame Lalaurie, and she was she was kind of a witch.
Oh, okay.
Because she would do like blood magic on herself to try and regain her youth. If that's accurate from the show, I think that's what I gleaned from the show. She would like bleed the slaves so she could like cover herself in blood in the show, which I don't know how totally accurate that is, but it was definitely frightening in the show.
So that's what happened in the show. So
yeah.
The show was not filmed here. It was just based on
a real person.
Based on this house and the people that lived in it. So, also in 1894, a tenant who lived here was found brutally murdered in his room. So they found his belongings ransacked as if somebody had gone through them. He had claimed that another friend had told him that there was a demon in the house. So, like, that's kind of a continuation of, you know, another reason why this house is considered very haunted. Somebody was brutally murdered here.
Possibly by a demon.
It was for a very brief time a school for girls, and that was in the late 19th century.
Okay.
The mid to late 19th century. This was a school for girls. Unfortunately, there was also a lot of mistreatment to the students there. It was an all-girls African-American primary school, and there were a lot of later reports of physical assaults on the students. And then when they asked who did this to them, they would all say that woman.
Was it Madame Lalaurie?
Yeah. So, like, supposedly, that's the spirit of Madame Delphine Lalaurie was responsible for, like, the physical harm coming to.
Never okay. I don't care what you're from.
Yeah. So, lots of sad, some violent things happen here, and
it sounds very, very unpleasant in this place.
So this is obviously one of the stops on probably any New Orleans ghost tour, like, worth its salt would take you on.
Right.
So there's also been many, many reports of people, you know, taking this ghost tour and seeing things, and, you know, just passersby and people who have been inside. Seeing and feeling things. So, yeah, I mean, it's a beautiful building. So it's
absolutely. I was going to mention that. I was like, it is actually kind of just an exquisite architecture and design. Like, it looks like a very nice place. And it just, for me, this is one of the few places in New Orleans I would say, no, I don't want to live there if it's available, because I don't think I would be able to sleep.
So the reason that they had ended up finding these several slaves that had been mistreated is that there was a fire in 1834, and the part of the destruction of the fire brought to light these slaves who had been starved, tortured, and chained in an upper part of the building. So that's kind of how it was proven. So I think that obviously there's been a lot of experiments done and mediums here, and lots behind the Lalaurie mansion to check out, read up on, and Alex he didn't know any of this before he walked by this building. I purposely didn't tell him any of this stuff. So, I don't know.
Spooky.
He feels the spookiness.
I'm gonna say right now, it doesn't make me feel any better that he's validated that these feelings are real.
No.
I would much rather been like, oh, you're crazy.
It's such a creepy
like,
story.
oh, get over it. You're fine.
Yeah, like everything about it is so creepy, regardless of any hauntings or not. I wasn't really feeling any uneasiness until I started telling Alex the story, and I was like, repeating the story gives me uneasiness about it, but...
So, real history is behind us, but possibly still echoing inside of that building. You know what? I will never find out. I am not going to go in there. I won't go in there.
And Alex said that he also felt the next two buildings in this row.
These two. I'm going to say specifically, I got a weird vibe.
And the green
yes,
wrought iron?
Exactly. These three buildings, this one's the loudest, I'm going to tell you the truth. But I'm not going to go in any of these three buildings.
Lalaurie is the loudest to you.
Yes.
You get something from.
This one's, it's not as loud. I'll say that's not as loud in that brick one. The green one, it's just not as dark, oddly enough. Like, I don't know, maybe somebody less tortured with, I don't know.
Or maybe
I can't speculate.
Maybe they were connected somehow to this building, and maybe that was used to be quarters of this building. I don't know. We don't know. More research needs to be done on what these two buildings could possibly be in relation to this, because obviously I did not research these buildings, because all I knew was about this one until I had this guy with me to tell me what he felt.
And from what I've observed in my less than a day in the South, they probably all knew each other because everyone has great hospitality and neighborly appreciation. So I'm sure they were like, howdy neighbor, normally.
Yes, it's fine.
Okay, so now we're walking past Madame Delphine Lalaurie's torture house.
Yeah.
Where I felt the creepiness that was very noisy.
And so to me, we were trying to figure out if these other two buildings that he hears a lot of noise from could be associated. And to me, I don't know. I'm no expert. I don't know. Like I said, I didn't do any research on these other two buildings. But to me, this brick building looks like it could be a stable house, maybe.
Maybe they were connected.
The mansion. So I feel like maybe in some way, this part, the brick building, could have been connected to that at some point. I don't know.
Yeah. No, this one, I don't want to be crude, but I don't know. It feels like it could have been I don't know, maybe a brothel. I don't know. It's very.
I was like, what are you gonna say that's crude? Okay.
I don't want to, presume, but it's very, I don't know, female.
Okay, so somebody bought it.
What are you doing? What's up?
Okay, so he died on May 16th, 1868, and it was owned by descendants until 1917. This property was part of the grounds of the Ursuline Convent from 1727 to 1825.
Okay, sorry sisters, I got it wrong on what you do for a living. But it definitely was female that was coming off of this building.
There were a lot of women living here doing
Is it creepy that like you pick
Something
up on it?
different than ruffling.
Yeah. But like, I just like, the only thing I knew for sure about it was that it was female.
You felt a lot of women.
It was very, yeah.
So
Weird.
what was a Tom gun?
That's an oddly specific one and new one for me. I'm gonna say that was the first. So I'm like, you get a gender vibe, which I don't not used to.
See, and this is all like new because we've never been anywhere like this.
No.
There's actual like anything for him to pick up on.
And to be honest,
This is all new for me.
new thing like
This is happening.
I before this trip I didn't talk about this with her yet. Like, because it's not something I normally talk about because it really creeps me out. It's a weird thing to experience. It's obviously not a normal thing. I'm aware of that, but this is a part of my being. I'm way too sensitive, I guess. Some of this stuff just creeps me the hell out. Some of it's not so bad. Some of it, like, not all of it is dark, but
yeah, like
very active.
We were walking in the graveyard earlier, and he just stopped to say hello.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, "What are you talking about?" He was like, "Oh, nothing, just hello."
Yeah, so just being nice and polite. I was in their area, and someone, or whatever, I don't know, I had to say hello. It was just, it came out. It wasn't even really a thought out process. Now, I do want to clarify if anyone has, which I'm sure everyone has many questions about this. I have never seen what I would call, ghost or a spirit. I've never seen it.
Okay.
I don't see them, but I do. I guess I want to instinctively use the word hear, but it's not with my ears, which is weird. Like, like if you feel bass. Oh, that's pretty house.
I know. I just wanted to show that house.
It's like like when you can feel the vibrations of loud music.
Like a sympathetic vibration, like they say in the Haunted Mansion. You can see your sympathetic vibrations.
Oh, sympathetic vibration is actually an excellent way to call it. Excellent phrasing. I'm gonna have to use that now. It's a sympathetic vibration where it registers to me on some level as sound. Like sometimes when it's bad, it could be screaming, and I have to leave. That one, the other one it was kind of just feminine, I guess. Mm-hmm. It wasn't specifically dark or light. It was just that.
And we were in the graveyard earlier, and he said someone over there is crying, and I was like, "Wait, what do you mean you hear something?"
No.
And he was like, "No," and he had to explain this all to me too.
It was somebody who was crying. Sorry. We're okay. We're facing ourselves. We're in public, so people think we're filming one way. We have our phones, and you can't tell which direction we're talking to.
Oh yeah, and so people are being like ultra courteous.
They're walking behind us, like, "Oh, now you're on the shot."
We're like, "Oh no, you're fine."
Like, hey, just keep going.
We're not important.
I am not pointing this at you, even though I am pointing it at you. I'm sorry. Oh, okay. Let's keep walking. Let's see what else happens. I hope I don't get spooked too bad. This was not supposed to be a haunted tour.
But I didn't know I had a sympathetic vibration person with me.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't like to put. I've never had to put a label on it.
Yeah, I don't think that you have to. I don't think you have to call it anything.
Yeah, I'll say this. I don't think I'm a psychic. I'm
or
not.
A medium. Or anything.
No.
Yeah.
I don't.
You don't talk.
I don't communicate.
Or...
If I can, I won't. I'll say that.
Yeah.
I'm not talking to them.
We're not professionals.
No.
Did she naked or something?
No.
Interesting conversation bits you catch from strangers.
What were they talking about?
All I heard was she naked? And I was like, maybe look, and I don't want to know what they're talking about.
I do.
Maybe a little bit. Okay. We're gonna go.